Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOC fans blast Bravo for filming Shannon Beador blackmail. RHOC fans are blasting Bravo for filming Shannon Beador getting blackmailed by John Jansen and Alexis Bellino. The two have been having a field day with Shannon and her emotions since season 18 began. Yet it really hit a peak on the Thursday, September 5th episode of the series. So what has viewers up in arms? Keep reading for more details. Shortly after the season 17 RHOC reunion was filmed, Shannon Beador was involved in a DUI hit and run, which led to her being arrested. It was terrifying, but it made her reevaluate everything in her life. She had just come out of a long-term romance with John Jansen, and they had allegedly reconciled for a handful of months before the wreck. More so, Shannon had been at his house before she chose to drink and drive. This happened in September 2023, and by November 2023, John was romancing RHOC alum Alexis Bellino. Alexis was invited to join season 18, which was a struggle for Shannon. She claimed it was because Alexis' ex-husband, Jim Bellino, had sued her and Tamra Judge, but it was also hard to be around her ex's new lady. Alexis rode hard for John and his reputation, especially when he sued Shannon for $75,000. Shannon was blindsided, but Alexis maintained that she and John had a lot more on the mother of three aside from the money she owed him. Allegedly, John had footage from the night of Shannon's accident where she nearly ran over his daughter. This was something Shannon didn't know. However, Alexis made sure their co-stars knew. More so, she kept threatening to break it out. Finally, Gina Kirschenheiter accidentally told Shannon about the footage, and Shannon was happy she finally knew. At the same time, the offer she had made to John Jansen to settle the lawsuit was refused, which was $37,500. After seeing this go down, viewers felt that Bravo should be ashamed of themselves for filming Alexis and John blackmailing Shannon with the video. According to Monsters and Critics, RHOC fans are blown away by how Shannon Beador is openly being blackmailed and cameras keep rolling. This alleged video footage from the Ring camera keeps coming up as something that could ruin her life. Yet no one has removed Alexis Bellino from the show, thereby eliminating John Jansen. Some of the cast has noted if John and Alexis are so happy, they will just leave Shannon alone. That is not happening. So what else are viewers saying? How are these two allowed to openly extort/blackmail Shannon on national television? I don't understand. I'm sorry, but this is fully blackmail. You need to pay him back, otherwise he'll release the video? That's blackmail. Poor Shannon. She is being blackmailed. How is this legal? Bravo should be ashamed of filming this. It's not entertainment. This is so gross and clearly extortion. Shame on them and Bravo as well. Yeah, not ok. Total blackmailing going on. Bravo needs to fix this ASAP. It does not appear that the video footage has since come up in the lawsuit, but fans do feel that Shannon is being threatened. Either turn over all of the cash or be exposed. Yet no one really knows if this video truly exists. She did reveal to Heather Dubrow that the hit and run happened moments from John's home, so he likely heard it, and did nothing. The Real Housewives of Orange County, RHOC, has long been a source of explosive drama, but this time, fans are speaking out against Bravo for what they see as an ethically questionable move, filming and airing a storyline involving Shannon Beador being blackmailed. The controversy has left viewers divided, with many taking to social media to voice their frustration with the network's decision to air such sensitive material. Shannon Beador's tumultuous season. Shannon Beador has had her fair share of ups and downs throughout her time on RHOC. From her bitter divorce with David Beador to her public battle with weight and self-esteem, Shannon has never shied away from wearing her heart on her sleeve. This season, however, took a much darker turn as rumors of blackmail began to surface, leaving both Shannon and her fans reeling. It all started innocently enough, with whispers of private information being exchanged in the inner circles of Orange County's elite. But as the season progressed, the allegations became more serious. According to sources close to the show, Shannon was allegedly being blackmailed with damaging information that could potentially tarnish her reputation. The exact details of the blackmail remained murky for much of the season, with cryptic hints being dropped in tense dinner table conversations and fiery reunion moments. However, the situation came to a head when Bravo decided to include the blackmail storyline in a major plot arc. Fans react. A line crossed? For many fans, this decision by Bravo was a step too far. Social media exploded with reactions, with hashtags like #BravoBoycott and #ProtectShannon trending as fans expressed their anger at what they perceived as a violation of Shannon's privacy and mental well-being. Some argued that while drama is a staple of any Housewives franchise, airing a blackmail storyline crosses an ethical boundary. "What kind of message is Bravo sending?" tweeted one fan. "Shannon's clearly in a vulnerable position, and instead of protecting her, they're exploiting it for ratings. It's disgusting." Another fan echoed the sentiment. "I'm done with RHOC. This is supposed to be reality TV, not a soap opera. Bravo should know better than to capitalize on someone's pain like this." The backlash only intensified as more details of the blackmail situation came to light. While the show had previously tackled tough issues like infidelity, addiction, and financial woes, the introduction of a blackmail plot struck many as crossing a line that should have been off-limits. Fans began questioning whether it was necessary to include such personal, potentially damaging content in the pursuit of entertainment. Shannon's struggles on display. For Shannon, the blackmail situation was a new level of emotional stress that played out on screen in real time. Though she had dealt with personal issues on the show before, the blackmail storyline hit differently. The raw vulnerability she displayed throughout the ordeal was met with both empathy and concern from viewers who worried about her mental health. "I feel so bad for Shannon," wrote a fan on Instagram. "You can see the fear and anxiety in her eyes, and Bravo is just letting it play out for the world to see. It's heartbreaking." Throughout the season, Shannon was seen confiding in her fellow housewives, sharing bits and pieces of the situation, while struggling to maintain her composure. Her usual fire and resilience were dampened, replaced with a visible nervousness, as she grappled with the possibility of her private life being dragged into the spotlight even further. The pressure clearly took its toll. Shannon's erratic behavior at group events, her tearful breakdowns, and her desperate attempts to control the narrative all painted the picture of a woman unraveling under the weight of potential exposure. Yet rather than offer her the support she needed, fans felt Bravo was content to let Shannon's struggles become just another storyline in their season-long quest for drama. Bravo's response: drama or exploitation? In the midst of the growing controversy, Bravo has remained largely silent, choosing not to directly address the criticism. But as fans continued to demand answers, some insiders spoke out, defending the network's decision to air the storyline. According to one source, RHOC has always been about showing the reality of these women's lives. Shannon's blackmail situation is part of her journey this season, and while it's difficult, it's real. For some viewers, this defense didn't hold water. To them, the situation seemed less about telling an authentic story and more about exploiting Shannon's vulnerability for ratings. They pointed to the way the storyline was edited, with dramatic music, lingering camera shots of Shannon's emotional breakdowns, and cliffhanger endings that seem designed to sensationalize her pain. Reality TV doesn't mean filming someone's worst moments for entertainment, wrote one outraged fan. It's one thing to show someone going through a tough time, but it's another to make it the centerpiece of your show just to get people to tune in. Others have argued that by airing the Blackmail plot, Bravo was opening a Pandora's box of ethical issues. They questioned whether the network was setting a dangerous precedent, where any personal crisis, no matter how sensitive, could be turned into fodder for reality TV. Some even called for the network to implement stricter guidelines on what should and shouldn't be filmed, especially when it comes to storylines involving potential harm or mental distress. The future of RHOC. Will the controversy change anything? As the backlash against Bravo continues to grow, it's unclear what impact, if any, it will have on future seasons of RHOC. Some fans have called for a complete overhaul of the show's production practices, demanding more oversight and ethical consideration when dealing with sensitive topics. Others have suggested that Shannon Beador herself should step away from the show to protect her mental health, much like other housewives who have taken breaks from filming to deal with personal issues. Despite the criticism, there's no denying that the Blackmail storyline has drawn in viewers. Ratings for RHOC have remained strong, and the show continues to be one of Bravo's flagship franchises. However, the cost of that success is now being questioned by fans who feel that the network has lost sight of the line between entertainment and exploitation. As for Shannon Beador, only time will tell how she navigates the fallout from this season's events. But one thing is clear. RHOC's Blackmail storyline has sparked a conversation about the ethics of reality TV, and fans are no longer willing to stay silent when they feel that line has been crossed.